Hey, good morning. Thursday morning. I'm standing here probably at one of my favorite places to stand here in Bloberg. Beautiful scenery behind me, view of the mountain. Yeah, nice and fresh, crisp morning. So this morning I just wanted to take a moment to share. So at One Way Sober Living with our guys, we are busy with a 33-day men's challenge, and on one of those particular days, one of the challenges is sharing a short testimony. So I thought what better way than to put it here. So hopefully you guys will watch this and share it with your world. And they say a testimony is really powerful, and who knows, maybe through my testimony somebody can find their sobriety as well. So my journey started very long ago with regards to using substance. If I think back, I try and think, hey, like, was it high school, was it here, was it there? No, it was actually much earlier. It was primary school already, where I started messing around with Tipp-Ex thinners, cigarettes, alcohol, things like that. And it just progressively got worse. And I actually really thought that, it wasn't a major thing. This is what people did. It was like a party thing. You went out, you had a couple, you got wasted, you went home, got sobered up, and tomorrow was another day. So I kind of like almost just thought that was the norm. There was obviously some friends of mine that lived a better life, that didn't go out partying so much, didn't go get wasted so much, but I never really took too much notice of that. I thought I was on the right track. I thought they were a bunch of nerds, or whatever the case was. I just carried on. Yeah, until I realized, like, years later, hey, once I was like smoking marijuana like every day. I couldn't leave the house without smoking a few bongs, or gee whiz. And slowly it just progressed. Started doing a lot of party drugs, and then once the party drugs kicked in, the weed became less of a thing. Ecstasy, LSD, cocaine. Yeah, just too much of everything, man. When none of that stuff was working really anymore, meth was the next option. So I was always that guy that said I'd never do heroin. And by the grace of God, I was saved out of my addiction before I got to that point, because if I look back at it now, hey man, there was a lot of things I said I wouldn't do that I ended up doing. So I'm not going to sit here and fool myself and pretend that that wasn't going to be the way that I would have gone. Probably would have. But man, it's just years and years of drug abuse and despair, and led me down a very dark, lonely road. Where my health was in jeopardy. I was losing everything around me. I was on the brink of even losing my kids, man. By the grace of God, I got clean and sober. I realized I couldn't continue that way anymore. So I invited Christ into my life. And He saved me from that pit that I was in. He pulled me out. He got me clean and sober. And the journey I walked in my sobriety, there was a lot of things that never made sense to me. That people were telling me, you need to do this, you need to do that in your sobriety, and I was just whatever. These guys don't really know what they're talking about. They're just trying to get me to do some things a certain way. But I tell you what, as the brain, so to speak, started repairing itself after being clean and sober for a good long period of time, I started to see things clearly, or see things from a different point of view. The Bible also talks about being blind and not being able to see, and then and I think that's the case with most of us that are in addiction. We are blinded, and we don't actually see the truth or the right way. But let me tell you something, like, after months of being clean and sober, I really started to see things differently, and I see things completely differently today. So just in short, or to finish this up, it's Yeah, I'm coming up for 7 years, clean and sober. Haven't even had a glass of champagne over Christmas. Stopped smoking cigarettes. What is it? 5 years ago now. It's just like, if I look back now, I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I used to live like such a reckless lifestyle. You know, having zero concern for my actual health. Yeah, and I'm able to celebrate things sober today. I'm celebrating, my son is turning 18, and I've been able to spend good sober years with him. My other son, he's 15, and I'm able to be a present father there. I'm present husband to my wife. Our other blended family children, I'm there. I'm mending relationships. It's an ongoing thing. There's stuff I did in my addiction that's still, some of them haven't quite gotten over today, but that's their journey. All I can do is just live a better life and show everybody that recovery is possible. So yeah, this was supposed to be a 2-minute testimony. It's difficult to squeeze it all into 2 minutes. So that's my share for the day. Please share this video. The whole point of this video is that there is hope. There is sobriety. It doesn't matter how bad somebody's situation looks. Just never give up on that person. Just keep praying for them. God will come through, and sobriety is possible. We do recover. I mean, I've got mentors and friends that are clean and sober for 10, 15, even 20 plus years. And those are the people I choose to surround myself with now. Oh, P.S. side note, those friends that I sort of started disassociating myself with because they weren't getting smashed at all those parties. When I look back and I see where they are today, most of them are quite successful. They managed to live their lives right and put fundamental things in place from an early age where, recovering addicts only start doing that much later. So the sooner you can get your things together and start living your life right, the sooner you can start building a foundation for your future. So yeah, cool guys, that's my share for today. And stay cool. Chat to you later. Ciao.